We are in the process of building the future.
Rangers never bluff.
We have lost much, endured much, sacrificed greatly.
Zathras knew you would come.
I think I'll stick my head in the station's fusion reactor.
Life's full of mysteries. Consider this one of them.
If you go to Zahadu, you will die.
And we're back. My net decided to come back at the wire. And yeah, I was been panicking. I have a sweat looking for Wi-Fi adapters at work. You have no idea how much I wanted to get this show off on the road. And to my internet provider, I have one thing to say to you.
No.
Because your technical support sucks. Hardcore. And with that, I would like to welcome Adega Outlaw.
Hello.
Whoa, what did I do to the screen? Oh my God. What's going on here? Oh no. No, that's not right. All right, I'm still panicking. Welcome to Babylon 5. We are covering episodes 11 and 12 today. I did the thumbnail again, and I didn't get it. We have Shane Nolan in the chat. We have Colin P. Smith, Dave Darius. I believe that is the son of Arwen Avalon. We have Spirian in there as well. Hello, Zex, Jester of Sin. And I'm hearing an echo as well as my own panic in my voice. And with that, we are waiting for Keith to get out of the bathtub, a.k.a. his green screen. A Memes of Destruction, who will show up probably near the end. And Monkey Jeebus when he realizes the show is live. And other than that, hi, panel.
Hello.
How are you guys? How are you doing? You doing all right? It's another Monday. And Colin P. Smith says, boom shakalaka. That's my next singing on karaoke, I think. And with that, pardon? No, I don't. No, it's no. I don't want to torture people. It's like you either got a picture here, my singing, or picture my nudes. It's either or is horrible. And with that, Keith hears me mocking his lateness, and he has appeared.
Ooh.
Hi, Keith. You're
muted.
Oh, there we go. Hey, how's it going?
It's good.
And Jester says hi to all y'all guys as well. Next week, Zax, you have an invitation to come on as a new viewer. And Mr. Tickle Trunk is in the chat throwing love at Keith already. I'm guessing it's roses. No, it is hearts being pooped out of his ass. And with that, thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. It's great to see you. We are getting into 11 and 12. It's actually getting a lot better. And for you, sir, there you go.
I don't have any comment now.
Thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk, for that lovely super sticker. And Brett Cohen, nude singing in the shower? No. Well, maybe on the Patreon. I'm working on that tier. Thank you. Thank you for that lovely face, Kate, too. That was this self-esteem is gone. Hi, Keith. Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing?
All right.
I'm a little hyper. Sorry.
I can tell.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. These are really good episodes to get hyper about.
Yeah.
You know, your intro has all those different little sound clips. When I had Windows, was it 95? They had audio clips. Yeah. And I removed all of the, beep sounds and everything that Windows had, and I put in all the little audio clips from the computer of Babylon 5, like computer online and beep beep must be Earth humor. It was the whole thing was set up like that. It just reminded me of that, and I know it's useless information and no one cares, but I thought it was funny.
I care, but Arwen Avalon has popped in saying, "Hey y'all." Wait, sorry. Hey y'all. No, I can never do it right. Dang dong,
Y'all.
hey y'all. I can't. Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
That's right. I'll tell you what, that is right.
The Canadian redneck.
There's plenty
yes,
of Canadian redneck. That's more like Boomhauer had an illegitimate Canadian kid.
Do I have a real dad? Is that what you're saying? I have a real dad. I can't be a real boy.
I don't know. You could totally have a spin-off character and make that a thing too. Who knows?
I will.
Never know with you, sir.
The Crisco Kid.
Not Southern, they stay right down there. I tell you what, the redneck rabbit. I will punch you. I will hire some kind of weird whore to punch you. Keith is like muted, going, I just want to talk about Babylon 5, and they're going off on this weird ass shit right now. And all I want now is my biscuits, my gravy, and my grits. And I don't know why.
Wow.
Pancakes.
Yeah, gotta feed that Crisco kid.
Fuck you! You started the fat jokes for 5 minutes. I just got my net back, and it's like that's not dangerous. Fuck that bitch.
Okay,
I'm
good
out.
night, everyone, and have a good one.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Self-esteem destroyed. Come back next week where I start crying. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a show. But that's the genius thing. Next time I'm going to open the show with the ending of the show credits and then end the show with the beginning. Like, what's now reverse?
Well, I mean, you could totally boomer that at some point, but you haven't. So
That is true. With that, welcome to Whose Babylon 5 Is It Anyway? Where the jokes are made up and Steven's waistline doesn't matter. With that, I'm screenshotting that because that's going to go in my picture. You son of a bitch. That was good. I'm going to use that from now on. You fucking prick. I love you, Tickletron. I love you so much right now. And that's why I love talking about Babylon 5. I love the fact that we can joke like this and people in the chat joke with us. And you know what? We need more of that. That was great, sir. And I'm going to save that as my next thumbnail so I got something to masturbate tonight, too, while I cry. Just got awkward. Really fucking awkward.
you do it on purpose. It doesn't count.
I do. House of Cards. Oh, wrong number. I answered the phone and said House of Cards. All right, let's get into that. Episode 11. Really good episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember most of it now because I've been stressing all afternoon. But it was a good episode. So, Keith, you're on the floor, sir.
Thank you. Episode 11, Season 2, All Alone in the Night. You know,
my cheesecake brand right there.
And that throws me off. Thank you and good night.
Sorry. Where's the fork?
Basically, this episode has a really cool A and B story, both of which I think are very important at this point. With Delenn going before the Great Council and to determine her future with it, and John Sheridan kidnapped while on patrol.
But it not even just with that, Keith. We're getting introduced to knowing the Council of the Nine and how things were supposed to end up, and how all of a sudden they are 3 from religious class, 3 from the warrior class, and 3 from I can never remember the third one.
Worker.
From the worker class. But we're getting introduced to a unbalance of power within this, and that is the warrior class. And with that, the decisions are not only made not evenly, it throws a sway due to Delenn leaving, which was in a previous episode.
Well, it also proves that that the Minbari aren't as
perfect
as they would have people believe. They too can make mistakes, and in this particular instance, looking at what has come before and interpreting the prophecy of a war and thinking, okay, let's have somebody, from the warrior caste come in and possibly lead us during this next great conflict. That's a very military type way of thinking. But personally, even when I first saw this episode, my mind was like, I don't believe this is just a military type thing. And it's a little more personal than that. But, very good episode, as I said before, though. Affecting, again, Delenn's assignment on Babylon 5, possibly. And also with John Sheridan's story, it's an opportunity, in a way, to not have to really worry about a lot of the problems going on board the station that he's been dealing with recently. It's a whole new set of problems that he has to deal with.
He's not even dealing with his own problems. He's like, I got this weird organic, like fruit by the foot brown shit on me when I wake up. And it just like slithers off him and rips. And I'm sitting there going, that's not even kinky on something you'd find on an adult site. That's so weird. It's like what do you call it? Like molting symbiote shell from like you put Spider-Man. Yeah, it was gross.
It's yeah. It's kind of Anyway, as I said before, this particular episode pretty much kicks off was your official introduction that things are about to get really, really interesting. When Ivanova finds out that General Hague is coming to Babylon 5 for a visit that is an official, non-official, unannounced visit. So
before get into that, Keith, Jesterson with the £5 super sticker of a weird dude opening his mouth saying "incredible." Thank you. I don't know whether to be turned on or creeped out, but for that, Sir Jester, of course, as always, I will definitely give you. Thank you. But go on, Keith. Yes.
And again, appearing as General Hague is the great actor Robert Foxworth, who at this time had probably most recently have been seen, I think, on Falcon Crest up to that point. I think I'd remember seeing him at that point on that show prior to being on Babylon 5. Great actor and one of my favorite characters on the show. But basically, for those of us that have gone a little further into the show, I think you begin to really start to get hints, if you haven't before, about Sheridan and General Hague, and the fact that both of them seem to be keeping a secret. And if you have been paying attention to that, you're rewarded with this episode and the fact that the two of them, or at least as it's communicated, that Sheridan's actually, there is another purpose for him being on Babylon 5. And that he's been waiting 6 months to be debriefed about some of the things that he's been doing. And you find out that he's actually, part of his assignment was to actually go through the Babylon 5 crew and find out if they are loyal.
There's one more thing, though. You were talking about secret, and there was a secret that is also we get introduced to, especially this relates along the same lines, that if you've gone further ahead, you would have picked on it if you're doing a rewatch, and that comes to the loyalty of
Lennier
and Delenn, and you're starting to get to see a little bit more of Lennier, that it's not just loyalty to someone who to an ambassador, but you see a little a glint of that he is actually in love with her. Or it's more than just admiration. It's actually a type of love. You can see it in him. That's why he doesn't matter. He will go the distance to be by her side. And Tickle Trunk quickly says, I love that there's foreshadowing throughout the show, but when JMS does overt foreshadowing, like the dream, he puts it all in a metaphor, so you don't understand that until that happens too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I love Lennier for that, because he keeps his emotions so in check. He's literally like the Vulcan of the Babylon 5 universe in a way.
Yeah, well, he is juggling a lot. It is his duty being an ambassador's aide, but it's also his commitment to his lifestyle and religion, and then also his personal feelings for Delenn. And so, yeah, he's someone that is, for the entirety of this series, he pretty much has been keeping a lot going on. And given for how long he's known about the prophecy and what was going to be required, I mean, that is a lot that he's been keeping, not so much secret for the most part. I mean, if you really watch, you can tell there's, he's definitely thinking certain things, and that he really, really not only enjoys being an ambassador's aide, but he really likes Delenn,
Yeah. And I can respect that because he never lets his emotions make him go too far. But at the same time, his emotions drive his loyalty. And it's kind of like, you know what I mean? He doesn't lose control, but he applies it to like being the outlying protector in a way. Like in a way, he is a ranger to Delenn alone. If you want
Yes.
You mean like the little pep in his step when he tells her, "Oh, I booked my own."
Yes, I rented one from the local Midas, and I think it will get us all the way there. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah,
Polish
that
my
part,
bonehead.
the first time I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is obvious now."
Well, some people don't even catch on until the 5th season.
Really?
But there are some people that don't even catch on until the 5th season. Well, because, and again, I can understand that because Lennier is responsible for so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a character, as I stated before, that when you meet him, you have to understand that he's not just an ambassador's aide. I mean, beyond a lot of that is his whole dedication to his order and his religion and his duty on top of everything else. So, Lennier is a really, really good character. Very, very committed character. In fact, he puts a lot of other characters to shame in that particular department.
Is there a cat meowing?
Yeah, it's my daughter's cat got into the room.
And with that, Zach says, I bet it's no surprise to Kate that they cast a Falcon Crest actor. I'm pretty sure that was a soap.
I've never heard of that. But thanks for being an asshole.
Falcon Crest was a nighttime.
I wasn't trying to be an asshole.
Was a nighttime soap opera that was basically greenlit and put on the air in the wake of the success of CBS having Dallas and nighttime soap operas becoming a thing. So you had Dallas, you had Dynasty, and then CBS just went off. I mean, next thing you know, they're doing a spinoff for Dallas called Knots Landing and Falcon Crest, which is about a winery and blah, 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 blah. So there you go.
Mosley makes a good point because we are getting also showing that Londo is starting to realize the results of his actions. That it's not that we're afraid of him; they want to be associated with him because of how because of how he's acting like a selfish politician, and it's now having after effects.
Yep,
and that's fucked up, man. Because he's like pleading at one point with Garibaldi.
Well, yeah, and again, there's it's the thing that you hear Londo talk about, the fact that while he wanted to be someone of importance, now that he is where he is, he's basically realizing that there's a lot of people around him that are very phony. That, given who he was at the beginning of the show, seeing how he felt about his position, much the same way that he felt about his own people, that he's understanding that actually he was probably a little bit better off before than he is now. And man, if you only knew.
I love the humor that they throw in, wishing well with legs. So.
That was a good line. I like that one.
It's a good one.
It is, Peter Jurassic, again, as I said last week, phenomenal actor. He just seems to bring it every single time. And from here on out, it is pretty much just a remarkable study in watching an actor really become this particular person, this particular character, and just giving us an incredible workshop on how to really act your ass off.
Yeah.
I'd like to say there was one bigger, and it happened to deal with one precise scene when Jakar was talking with Sheridan, and Sheridan explained to him that they were going to provide basically hidden humanitarian help. and Jakar pulls back, and he's in costume. He has a mask on. If you guys go back and watch it, where his eyes go big, he sits back on his heels, and he realizes we're screwed. And he was able to act that out, and you could see it through the mask and everything on him. I think that was probably the biggest acting point of the whole show.
Well, now that I think, wasn't that in the next episode though?
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I think that's the next episode.
Well, I thought it was on this one, but
no.
They
This is
blurred
the
together.
episode where we are actually
Oh
Longo.
wait, Sheridan's captured. Yeah, okay, I jumped ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
You know what? We all made that mistake. This
Too much Crisco.
For fuck's sakes!
This particular episode
Yum.
introduces us to the character of Talon, who is going to become even more important. So,
Right. I got the two mixed up. Honest mistake.
hey, that's all right. It's all right. But Talon, who I thought was just a bad A character. When you guys get to know Talon on the show, oh man, that dude's incredible, and he's a Narn to boot. But I think Talon's introduction into the story is pretty much going to take him almost to the end of the series, and especially in season 5, his character is going to take on some important duties. So,
See, I have a question related to this though. Like, okay, you know how the race that kidnaps Sheridan, right? Now, I don't know if this was said either in the book or some other outstated lore outside of the show, but were they actually a servant of the
Yes.
Narcans? And that's why they're actually trying to see the weaknesses of the races and how much they can be manipulated and controlled and their actual extent of life.
Kind of a secondary motive, but their mentality's the same. It's also the well, I guess I'm getting the two episodes blended together when Ivanova has to escort the ambassador around.
Yeah,
that race. That race there is actually, you listen to their philosophy, and that is dead on shadow philosophy.
Yeah. And you don't even realize it because they're literally getting rid of the weak, letting the weak fend for themselves, and whoever survives, they push on. They want to clear the pool in a way. It's
Right.
very World War II-ish if you're thinking about it.
Right.
That's exactly right.
The Streebs, yes, that's it. Thank you, Colin. Name for Wheatley Streebler.
Yep. Again, another one of those nice little Easter eggs that has been placed in there by JMS and the writing staff. For this particular episode, JMS, I should say, who wrote this.
Yeah. Now, I got to ask a question. Did anyone have any favorite parts going into this, into episode 11? And I'll go with from the bottom up. Adega, do you have any favorite parts in general?
Not this one so much. This was one that I often would fast forward through. I see it once, and it's the same with. There's one coming up, and you'll know which one I'm talking about when we get to season 4, where it becomes the whole episode is about someone in prison being tortured, and granted, it sets a mood. It tells you what happened to these people, but it's a little difficult for me to watch. So it was one of those ones I don't like prison ones so much. I tend to, I watch them once, get the story, and then move on. So I really didn't have a favorite of this one. It was there. I know a lot of people like it, but for me, it's not anything I spend a lot of time on.
But that's a fair answer. We're not going to like every episode. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to hate you for it. Don't worry. That's later.
Yeah, you hate me already, so it doesn't matter.
Don't hate you. God, victim train is not till the half-hour mark. Let's get this right. What about you, Kate? Any favorite parts in this episode?
No, nothing really sticks out that much either to me. I was in the wishing Wells legs, I guess. That's like the funniest part.
What about you, Keith?
Well, it's the really, really cool human stuff, that was in this episode. And what I mean is it's the friendly wager, between the conversation really that led to that, and the friendly wager between Ramirez and between Dr. Franklin and Garibaldi. I like that stuff. It's that kind of stuff that a lot of shows, when they try to do anything really cool like this, they miss. It's definitely missing from the people that currently put together shows like Doctor Who currently and the current Star Trek. It's the little things like this that really make all the difference. Because then when you have Ramirez's story later on, I mean, yeah. So, that stood out to me. I like that.
I actually can see that. For me, it was I can't say from a first playthrough you would actually see things, but when you do it on a second playthrough, you start putting more and more of the threads together that are so interly woven within the layers that you can start asking different questions because you already know how the series panned out. So I think it is more of a beneficial episode on a rewatch than it is on a first time through. And like a Dag, it depends on the mindset of the person watching. You might fast forward through it because in itself, without knowing it, it's kind of empty.
It's a mood thing, and some moods I try to avoid. The depression of being in prison. I'll pick up bits and pieces, but I'll fast forward through almost the entire parts of their fighting, the Narn and he on the ship. It gets to where they're doing their jailbreak is when I start watching through it again. It's the mood, and it's set right. It's done right, but I'm just one of those people that I don't want to go there.
You're telling me you guys did not like the Helen Keller joke at all?
Well, that's added into what I talked about, Again, I like this episode a lot because it introduces a lot of really cool characters. And again, as I said, you're introduced to Talon for the first time, who is the Narn with the sword.
Equivalent of a samurai.
Yes. Ooh, that's going to become very, very important later on. I also like the fact that you find out that this particular episode now takes us into July within the story. So it's been 6 months since Sheridan has come aboard the Babylon 5, and it is now July of 2259. So I like little hints like that as you see time passing for these characters. Love that stuff. This is one of the things about the show that I really, really like, because time does pass. Everybody gets older.
Yeah. Only because Martian gravity is 40% less than Earth normal. The ball travels faster and further, skewing the results. Once they hit Earth gravity, Helen Keller could bat better than any one of them. And even after the pilot leaves, because he's called to duty, right? He's just like, Helen Keller, really? Love that. They have just little things. Samurai Cop 3, Samurai Narn. That could work, or Afro Narnia. If you want to go like. That was so bad. Don't forget it. I'm going to mute that from the whole show. Anything else, Keith? Like honestly, the show, it was like I can see both sides. It was good. It had its moments, but it was still.
It's a little dry.
I prefer more to focus a little bit more on the Council of the Nine, the Great Council, pretty much. So.
Yes, but I mean, again, it's this episode as far as Sheridan is concerned has a lot of the quintessential things in one episode that is going to be some things that Sheridan's going to have to worry about between now and the end of the show. So not just having weird dreams, but I mean, there's a lot of physical stuff that he's going to have to go through. And this particular episode sums up a lot of that. So, plus, you got to admit, I mean, in a weird sort of way, in that dream, in a weird sort of way, but John Sheridan, he actually looked comfortable and good in that Psychor uniform.
He did. And we welcome Monkey Jeebus.
Hey,
How
guys.
are you doing?
Sorry, I was late. I didn't see the message.
It's okay. Most people ignore me. It's Fat Steven. Oh, so it happens. But we're talking about episode 11, and we just followed up with any favorite parts. Did you have any before we continue the discussion?
Let me see.
All Alone in the Night, where Sheridan's just been captured and kidnapped.
Oh, yeah, and then what's it called? I like the kind of part where it was just really kind of sad how when the pilot that escaped and he came back to
Ramirez.
Ramirez, when he was like saying like, oh, I guess I don't have to pay you for a bet.
Yeah.
And like he went out of his way. That Ramirez went out of his way to the point where the radiation was going to get him no matter what. But he still.
Well, he knew he was going to die, but then he continued on to warn them.
Yeah, because he had already received a pretty much fatal dose. He'd already been exposed when the computer was detailing everything. He knew that, so he had no choice.
Yeah, and then he just knew that he had to save the captain and get the report back. Get the warning.
Well, yeah, it was just using his ship to do it. They would probably backtrack where his ship had been. So, and he knew how important that was. Time was of the essence. So,
Colin P. Smith says, "Add Fat Steven Crystal Corp." Sorry, I don't want to read that loud. And of course, the Minbari were the ones who actually knew the streams of old. Well, it was also because they were in their space first, if I believe, and they actually had to go to their home world and fuck shit up.
Yep.
So I think that's why they had a knowledge. That's why when Delenn heard about it, they knew exactly what the fuck was going on. Because not the human race might have been there. They might have B5 where all the races can get together and try to work things out. They haven't met everyone yet. The whole point is having it like a DS9 preset, where, like, except there's no wormhole, but everyone comes there to either make alliances, to meet ambassadors, and either yay or nay with aligned worlds in the future. As I just spoiled something I shouldn't have said.
So this is more in between, I guess. This would be before even Star Trek.
What do you mean?
Would look on if you look at like a human timeline into space, this would be before like anything in Star Trek it would be.
If you're going on an Earth calendar, probably, like, because DS9 was what, 24? Was it 24?
Yeah,
I think it was about 200 years after. If you go by timelines, Star Trek would be set 400 years from us, where B5 is 200 and some odd years.
Yeah.
I forgot to incorporate the super chat of the bagpipes playing sadly and the tombstone for Star Trek to play whenever time we say Star Trek. Thank you, Kurtzman. Go fuck yourself.
Well, I think also the other thing about Babylon 5, when JMS was setting it up, was he wanted to set it around that same time period that Classic Trek took place. So it's the 23rd century, according to the Earth calendar. And 2259 would pretty much place it just a few years before Classic Trek starts, or at least the version of Classic Trek that we like, the real Star Trek. So, yeah.
Shane Nolan makes a good point. Minbari have been in space for well over 1,000 years. Yeah, they're definitely more advanced. So, yeah, they would have had a lot more knowledge when it comes to other race interaction. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And Tickle Trunk says, "I love you, Keith. Please write me a love poem." Yeah, Minbari have been spacefaring for a very long time. He didn't say the first part. I made that up.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Okay. Just wanted to hear you blush.
Was it good for you?
It was almost as satisfying as satisfying. That's a new word. Back to you, Keith. Anyone else have anything to add while my dyslexia and my mouth fight over English?
You have dyslexia in your mouth?
Not in my hands.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit, I'm fired.
That was just shocking to hear back from JMS this week.
Oh, that brings up a good point. Can I share that?
Go ahead.
Because he wrote me a Bible, so I have to go find it. I'm sorry.
I did see that. That was cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Monkey Jeebus is going to be a slight star in the near future. I also tagged Ivanova, trying to get her on in a future show or a pre-recording. I'm hoping everything works out if we get it retweeted enough. But Stradinsky himself actually retweeted Monkey Jeebus with a reply. No love for Zathras? No, never. So, not only are you a celebrity, you have been a failed celebrity, sir. Look at that. No love for Zathras at all.
I was a celebrity like 20 years ago.
But I keep tagging him, and I hope if he's watching or lurking in the back, one day he would love to grace us with his presence, man. Because
these fucking nerds.
Yeah, it's like that Captain Kirk show. What do you call Saturday Night Live? We're like, you're all fucking nerds. Get out of your mom's basement. Get a life. And with that, I will introduce a newcomer to the ring.
All right. I like the Mick Foley music. Hey, guys, what's going on? Well, seeing as this is a train wreck, I apologize to any victims of train wrecks. I tend to come in like a dumpster fire dropped from the stratosphere.
You're okay. They're all dead. They can't hear you.
I apologize.
You
I mean, the train wreck.
Oh. I was making a comparison, and then I went to a very dark place.
Get out of my fridge.
This is why I don't get invited places.
Me too. I feel you.
Is this what to be like self-aware? Is that what makes us conscious? I don't know.
I have to quickly interject quickly. I would like everyone in the chat to use the applause emoji for memes finally making it here less than half an hour into the show, or about less than 40 minutes into the show. It's like a new record. So we got to call Guinness afterwards and prop him up. Bravo. He hates me so much right now. I love it.
You're welcome.
36-minute mark.
Yeah. That man found his clock in his neighbor's house.
I have a phone.
Really? What the fuck then, man?
It has clock.
Look at that. You got applause from Zach, Arwen, Avalon. Well done for Mr. Ticker Trunk. Carefully, he'll write you love poetry. In one
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. Dude, that's very popular. Dude, I need to definitely start doing more ASMR. By doing that, I mean actually do ASMR. I have had a channel for a while.
It was at this point I leveled up and turned on the alarm to my clock on my phone. Well, I don't think the people on the panel notice. I just don't fucking look at it.
I actually have a video, and I have a very strong case to make that the Macho Man Randy Savage was in fact a scaly.
And Slim Jim supported his human figure.
No, you gotta go back to, I think it's the second time he's on Australia Hall.
Oh, okay. Before we get way off rails like usual,
dude, careful what you say about Macho Man, dude. His brother Lanny will come after you.
Dude, Lenny was he the genius? I mean, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. Part of my inspiration for a lot of things I do is based upon the Macho Man Randy Savage. If you couldn't tell by dude, I literally showed up to my friend's wedding like this. I just threw him like a shirt jacket and stuff. It's like, why? Well, one, I didn't really pack any other clothes, and two, it's like, well, you've known me this way for years. It was a very progressive wedding.
And then you had to walk around on your tiptoes.
Dude, I was happy there were more bathrooms that made for easier doing business.
For any of those that would like to mail your Neil Diamond used panties to Memes of Destruction, remember to tune in after the show where he will post his PO box.
Yes, he does. As a professional YouTuber, you show up extraordinarily late and you show all your stuff and say, "Oh, I can do an Amazon wish list, can't I?"
What you can do is you can do this ASMR while you shave your legs for everybody. Just get two birds, one stone.
Put that on my OnlyFans. I haven't
Want
shaved
to
my
watch
legs
my
in a while.
leg hair eat a
Wait
pencil?
a second.
Tune in
No. I've never done down below knee. I've done
So you
above
only
knee.
shave. Wait. So you shave the knee down? That's so fucking weird. So your shorts look fine?
No. The grass is so long down there. It'll just start getting all tangled. Dude, I had friends. They weren't quite the werewolf thing, but like, wow, you got some really hairy legs. I'm like, it's like cutting the lawn. If you do it, then it just grows back longer and everything. You're taking care of yourself.
Any money that Memes' leg hair is the only thing Lego fears.
You've given me more inspiration, Steven. See, here I was just gonna like freaking strip to like Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy.
I won't accept
do
this on
silly
top of
stuff
a
like that
ladder.
in my underwear because, well, that's stuff that you do as you're a kid, and I'm not made for children.
And there we have Loki's morning submission, just slapping it in there with a snap into the like button and eat that bucket of Crisco. I'm gonna hate you too because Adega won't leave it alone.
Hey, Loki.
Paid for by Nick Cage pajamas. And with that, yes, it is true. This stream has been paid for by Nicolas Cage Universe Loki. Because somewhere in another universe, Loki's wearing that shit. I'm going to hell.
But for the record, if I may say, Loki is the second person I've met in general, but happens to be on the internet, who has this really weird and specific hatred for Nick Cage. Like this was like 10 years ago. They were getting trolled on the internet all the time. It was great.
I had a discussion with Kevin Smith about Nick Cage at Comic-Con like it had to be like around 20 years ago now. And then he actually signed my Mallrat script, and then he was like going like, yeah, he was like on F Nick Cage, bald man Superman.
I have a question. Did he sign it with real ink or tears?
That was ink.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
He didn't start crying like a bitch till he went vegan.
Just so
wow, we're just throwing down the fucking hammers today. We're like,
why is it like hate on Kevin Smith month? Is this the new thing? It's like,
he brought it
oh
on
my
himself.
god.
Well, I mean,
I thought he was addressing toxic fans. So unless you consider yourself toxic,
dude, I could talk all the shit I want about Kevin Smith. I've supported him enough. I bought his overpriced weed.
Wait a second, he was your dealer?
Nah, he sells that Jay and Silent Bob like snoochies, like their own brand of weed, like moon rocks and joints and stuff. Yeah.
So he's your supplier.
So a friend of mine pointed out something that that people should know. Give me a minute, but I'll show you. Oh god.
All right. Well,
Speaking
you
of
get
nerd
ready.
stuff.
Quickly, hold on, memes. 1 second. This stream was brought to you by Master Grift. If you're not stealing content, you're not stealing content without it. I fucked up the whole sentence. Come back later.
If you don't know what this is, then you were probably born after 2000.
What are we doing? Who are you?
So were you born before the invention of the clock? Then memes. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I worked at a gas station. We did like the hard copy, the credit card still for.
Yeah.
How we did it back in the day before we.
Are you sharing something? Kate?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted.
It's okay. It's that sound with the hard copies. It doesn't
never happen on the internet.
Wait, who are you? What are we doing?
Where am I? Whose pants are these? Why does my underwear have a butt strap?
What makes you think I wear pants?
I don't know.
Assumptions, Steven. Assumptions.
Oh my god.
So Tila is literally just Buff Dean.
Oh shit.
Venture. You cannot see this now. It is literally just Buff Dean Venture.
No way.
Go Team
It
Venture.
is.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Tears.
I mean, are there some of the same artists?
I'm gonna have to meme this later.
I don't know that character.
She has bigger. Why does he have bigger tits than Tilo though?
Wait. Somebody said they did not know this character?
No.
Oh my god, you haven't seen Venture Brothers? You need to see Venture Brothers.
Look.
and Jester need to watch Venture Brothers.
Okay,
like,
Adega,
have to.
Let me say this. Were you a fan of Johnny Quest?
Not so much.
Not so much.
It's not a matter of not liking it, just a matter of never watching it. I was not an indoor kid.
That's fair.
This isn't an old show. It's like maybe like 10 years ago, or
yeah, but I'm an
or 15.
I'm
it's not like
Can I ask a quick question? We need to clear
Oh no,
content.
then
Real Wade comes in quickly and asks one quick question. Hey, is Babylon woke at all? No,
it's not PC at all. Not even like
when you say woke,
none of that.
You could argue it's woke because there's a lot of progressive stuff in it.
But it's done correctly. It's not stupid.
No. I disagree. It is not PC. It makes points in an intelligent manner, but that does not make it PC, which is what woke is.
Yeah. Plus, a lot
there's
of
some
the
PC characters, but it's realistic.
Sorry.
There's people of all types. Sorry.
Plus a lot of the storyline is actually foreshadowing for what we're doing now. There's stories in there, Ministry of Peace, different things that'll come up. You say, whoa, he knew what was going to happen in our day. It was almost prophetic.
A lot of it is, yeah. I've noticed that.
One clear sign, the Helen Keller joke wouldn't pass today on TV.
Mm-hmm. True. It's a great joke.
But you can get away with at least one F-bomb in a PG-13 movie.
All right. And Wade, you never have to apologize if you've never seen it. It was just a question. It was answered. Don't ever apologize for asking a question. The stupidest question is the one not asked. So that's what I've always gone by.
Here's the ultimate proof that it isn't woke. They have a white, red-headed woman on the show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But she's also the bestest ever with the psychic telepathic abilities.
No, they didn't turn it into something that it wasn't.
I know. It's fake in the first place, so who cares?
I think. Well, I've never seen her without red hair.
I thought Talia was blonde.
Black. Yeah, she's a natural platinum blonde. Like that actress is a natural platinum blonde.
I'm talking about
the other
Lita.
one is with black eyebrows.
Yeah.
So she pulled a Donna.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a good analogy.
So not to get political, and by saying that, I mean I'm totally going to get political. All I'm saying is people use the word woke, and different people mean different things by that.
They do, and that is true, and it's unfortunate.
But Wade, I suggest giving it a shot, and he might actually like it. But no, I don't think your question was stupid, nor do you ever have to apologize for it. Arwen Avalon says, and Garibaldi at one point uses the term, I'm not saying that.
Mm-hmm, he does.
He does.
I will. I'm half native Indian giver.
Thank you. And demonetized. Just kidding. Wade makes a good point. Okay, I'm just annoyed with new movies and remakes. That's why I asked. Well, comes from the 90s, Wade, so it definitely is not within the set generation. And if you have time, give it a shot. You might not like it. You might like it. But what's the hurt in trying?
Considering its age, the cutscenes that are CGI ships aren't super fancy like you may be used to. And they use theater set style stuff. So that's
it's basically The Expanse made in the 90s.
This is the show that
memes here.
This is the show
there's no aliens.
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
Sorry.
This is the show that basically helped to give us shows like The Expanse. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of moving parts to it. My advice to you is just start at the beginning and go from there. Although, seriously, as I said before, Season 2 would be a good place to start. But, you can start at the very beginning and just go from there, see if you really like it.
My personal recommendation is follow Keith's episode guide. And by that, I mean, go back and watch the earliest of this playlist to go through and start. No, because the way he introduced it to us, Keith was like, listen, there's a lot to this show. The way it was originally set up, you might get, dude, like Game of Thrones, literally, I love that type of stuff. Dude, my dungeon master from freaking Dungeons and Dragons literally got me into that. Dude, the first 2 episodes, I didn't want to keep watching. I'm like, this is boring and everything. He's like, no, keep watching. And then I got past the 3rd episode. Once I got past the 3rd episode, I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? And I'm like, all of a sudden, sorry, spoilers, but you yeet the main character in the freaking end of the first season? What the hell are you doing? All right.
Hey, let's look at this way. First of all, Zach says they replaced the white male commander with another white male commander. That is true. Secondly, He-Man took the Game of Thrones aspect and just did it all in the first episode. So that you can show how much they're ripping off. Sorry.
Sorry, I ruined everything for everyone.
I ruined the whole 5 episodes for you.
Oh, and Commander Ivanova is awesome without making all the men weak.
She is. She's probably one of the funniest parts all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. I like her way of doing sex.
I do.
Oh my god! The new way.
I like
the new way you get the fuck out and you get pizza.
That was too far, wasn't it, Steven?
No.
I got an answer for you real quick. What was the question? You went too far?
No.
It was relevant.
You didn't go too far.
Oh, it's funny with Paul Williams as the translator.
Oh, yeah.
His hand is so cute.
The fact that he stole her underwear was the best part. I'm like, you're trying to make an ambassadorial decision. That motherfucker just stole your Hello Kitty undies.
Oh my god, they got Master Roshi.
I just love it. I love it. I know that's
I like how they find similarities in their races by them going down to the lower sectors. Like, hey, here's all our crackheads. You enjoy it?
This is a wonderful idea.
We're gonna write up the papers now.
All the papers. Do this. It's like, no, this is horrible. We don't want this. This is something else.
But you're modest.
That ambassador was straight up Henry Kissinger.
Whoa.
Right?
I mean, he was basically a honey badger. He didn't go.
It was like,
no, but in the way he wants to, he just likes, he wants to use the people like they're a machine.
I would pick someone else, but I might get the show legitimately demonetized.
Yeah, let's keep the terminology down to a minimum.
No, it's not that one. It's someone else, and it's probably more accurate.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't call him an honest fascist.
Oh my god, memes! What the fuck?
No.
No. That might get you more views.
We're educating the audience. They're going to look up these characters. They're going to look at these people, these historical people, and they're going to educate themselves.
No, I'm not saying you keep
Helen Keller
saying
was
it. I'm
important.
just saying. Okay, I apologize.
Expanding the YouTube knowledge.
Yes, knowledge. That's it. Yes,
I'm
gonna
there's plenty of videos that get monetized for videos of.
Yeah, you gotta mark this video as educational purposes.
Actually, you should mark everything as
Here, I'm gonna sum it up all with this, and then y'all be quiet.
I love that part.
Now,
that was so funny. Gee, like, I can't imagine, but like, okay, we need you to make the weirdest, dumbest prop possible. Like, sure, okay, random bits put together. Is this good? Perfect. Done. Genius.
Now, is that supposed to be a hat, a single nipple tassel, or like a douche?
As a chain, use your imagination.
Oh,
I never took anatomy. Leave me alone.
Genius.
I have questions.
I'm more worried about the spikes than where it goes. Okay. Hey, Vocal, I see you there, and I also see. I saw no name here. I saw Lemon Pie. Hello. There you are. Hi. Yeah. Remember to smash that like, otherwise I have no self-esteem. That Adega destroyed earlier in the show.
What?
I do my best.
Like a kid. I mean, like a Crisco kid. That was funny.
Yep.
Mr. Ticket Shrink says it's probably a diaphragm.
That's the word I was thinking of. Thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
I knew it.
It stays in place.
If we're coming from Elaine Bennis's point of view, it's the sponge.
Are you sponge-worthy?
Yes. Are you sponge really?
Hey, clean genitals or happy genitals?
Comes from the guy who probably Lego fears.
It's like brought to you by Manscaped.
Dude, I literally stepped on, I think, part of my old Serpentara that I kind of broke. Literally, it felt like a giant Lego. But I happened to know it was within the vicinity, so I didn't completely fall over.
I think when you look,
I literally sprained both my ankles one time slipping on a piece of Tupperware. It was bad.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Oh, we were talking about the mating ritual. Okay, what episode?
Okay, so Tupperware's better than your mating.
Hold on.
This town needs an enema.
Steven's here?
Kinda.
No, he's not here.
Oh,
no.
Looks too bad. Maybe he's still petrified.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll light one up for him.
All right, for those watching right now, please smash the like or the dislike because I'm getting very uncomfortable. It's almost turning to the back of a Volkswagen.
I'm just mouthy today because of my argument with the reanimator guy.
Yeah. But we gotta get back
dabs.
Yeah, well, I do dabs too, but usually during Fortnite. Sorry. All right, are we done with episode 11? And we want to get into the uncomfortable, weird shit that happened in episode 12? Are we at this point now? Because we're already getting gleefully like Helen Keller on it.
It is. Look, just to wrap it up, basically, Sheridan brings in the command staff to let them in on what his mission has been these last 6 months, and this is going to set the stage for the rest of the season and probably the rest of the series. Everything changes from here on out for the command staff of Babylon 5.
The scene with the Air Force ships was amazing, and she was like the modern female, allegedly strong woman. They're all strong women in this show. Everyone feared Ivanova, for God's sakes. Don't get on her bad side. You'll end up jettisoned. Oh, okay. I'll worry about it. Don't share coffee plants either. Got it.
Yeah, you don't want the LT spacing you.
It's just kind of funny how like just that small group of people is in control over the entire station.
Yeah.
They've also been through a lot of ass.
Yeah, it is. But that's the way everything was set up. This is something that was agreed to by all of the alien worlds that have come together to make Babylon 5 a reality.
Yeah, right. But it's such a big.
But it does function like a town, so it's not like it's that. I guess if you want to incorporate, if you're saying they don't have enough paper pushers, I kind of disagree. I think it's clean and tight, and how a town should be ran, generally speaking.
I'm not disagreeing with the way it is. I'm just like saying like how it usually is.
Furlan,
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know what you mean by usual. Then I'm not. I don't know what you know. That's all.
No, I'm just saying like usually like with like some place that big, you would have more bureaucracy.
Right. Okay, I understand. More paper pushers.
There's a lot of external bureaucracy as well. When you're basically on a ship and you got like 250,000 or so folks there just living there from all different places across the galaxy and stuff. It's like, yeah, if stuff goes to S, you're all screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a fair point. That could be why they don't.
Well, you've got, I think, two people that actually, given the way everything's structured on the show, the two people that actually really deal with two of the biggest departments on board would have to be Ivanova and Garibaldi, because everything that security would have to be one of the largest portions on board that station. So Garibaldi runs a lot of stuff. He has to keep a lot of stuff going, and Ivanova,
I think he's understaffed.
Yeah. And then Ivanova pretty much is a good portion of the running of the station, given her duties, would have to cover a lot of things, even a lot of the shopkeepers and stuff. She has to have dealings with all kinds of people on that station.
I want to throw a 3 in. First, I'm going to quote Arwen Avalon here. It says, "I slept with you the other night. You didn't call. You didn't write." That was the best thing when she was doing that weird shit. Secondly, Garibaldi not only has to keep security and maintain the peace between all races and all forms, whether it's the nightclubs, the lower levels, the upper levels, even between command staff. And he has to not only follow the line of what he's supposed to do as the head of security, he also bends the rules slightly depending on the circumstances. So he has his own power within. Ivanova has the power on the without. That means maintaining what ships are leaving, what ships are coming in, jump gate control, surprise jump gate openings. She does. It's the same amount of shit. It's like one's for security on the outside, one's for security on the inside, but they all have to keep the communication. Yeah, it's like the helms and bridgeman. It's like tactical and the helmsman. If you look at it.
And we only see a portion of their life. Like they had to do this the entire day. But we only see bits and pieces of it throughout the episodes that we see.
Yeah.
First of all, Gesture of Sin says, "Old style, you roll over and go to sleep. New style, you go out for pizza and I never see you again." Followed by Mr. Trickle Trunk pronouncing his undying love to Keith again. "Yes, yes, lie to me about your family." And then we got one more. "Yes, yes, tell me about your portfolio." And then we got to follow up with Arwen Avalon saying, "Tickle Trunk, y'all killing me." And then he's smiling awkwardly at Keith, going, "I'll see you later at the backstage behind Walmart."
I think he's really smiling at you, but hey, that's
I don't think so. I just do the voices. You do the moves.
Whoever has the sausage, he's after. Oops, sorry. I need to get out of here. I actually have to go.
Anything you want to quickly add before you have to go, Dick?
I think I added enough.
He drops that bomb and then bails.
So how's your portfolio?
Yeah.
It's quite large. Anyway, bye.
Oh, I want to talk about your stocks. Oh, he's got shit.
Oh, he got out of here. He was smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we're trapped.
Oh, you don't get caught in
He's like the guy that farts in the elevator and leaves.
Well, no. He's been famous for a while, so he knows these things.
Don't talk about the party though. I don't think he does. He probably does. He writes about it. I love Adega. Everyone give a goodbye to the Adega, the outlaw, the writer.
Yeah, we all love Adega.
Yeah, we do. I have his face on my body pillow. Oh shit, mic's on.
You got a waifu pillow?
Yeah, it's an anime chick with Adega's face. That's it. Crisco. Jester says, "I'll get the Crisco." And I'll get the Twister mat. Other than that, Keith is like, what the fuck happened to our Babylon 5 show?
Do they have Velcro faces for those pillows?
No.
Oh, so you have to buy more. Gotcha.
No, I super
nerd stuff. Episode.
You both have pillows.
I stopped watching anime pretty much when I think after Dragon Ball, because like I didn't like Z, because I didn't like GT. I didn't like the ones after it, and then animation, like the Japanese animation, just started drawing too many of the guys looking like girls. They were like way too effeminate.
You needed to get on to like Naruto and stuff, because here's the thing, even with a bit more of a feminine style, it's like, dude, Naruto is badass.
I mean, I can watch some anime and get into it story-wise now, but it was just at the time, at my age.
I felt there was a lull for me too for a while, so it's like until the internet became.
I was like, I was really more aggressive, and then like, so I was more into like American superhero comics, like Image Comics was just coming out.
And with that, I am cutting in quickly. I think one of the best character developments, and also realizing that you can't always rely on the people that are there as allies, and that's coming from Jakar. He is stuck in a predicament, not only where he is at war with the Centauri, but the aligned worlds cannot help him anymore. And you start seeing how much of a corner he's being put in this episode.
Dude, respect for Jakar there. It's like, the man actually does what he believes and stuff like that. He's literally like fighting his own people. You're seeing like how they fight there. It's like, all right, it's a combination between cats and kangaroos. And it's like the guy literally takes a dominant. Dude, he takes a poison dagger to the back from one of his own guys. He just like KO'd that he didn't kill and everything. He's like, no, tell no one. He's going in there and being honorable. It's like, to be fair, dude, man, you might get a hell of a lot more respect if it's just like, yeah, I literally just fought my own guys from having them like stage a coup and just killing all the Centauri on board. I took a knife in the back for y'all. I feel like that's a story people should know.
But that's what it means. That's what the whole means by acts of sacrifice. It even doesn't matter how much you sacrifice. It doesn't mean you're going to get what that sacrifice was meant for. And that's what it is. It's the act, the actual sacrifice.
Do they the ones with kind of like the schizo laugh? My apologies to anybody with schizophrenia. But it's basically like he starts laughing, but he's also crying. But it's like,
he's having a mental breakdown. Yeah, that's the episode. This is like the tipping point. So this is where he goes from I want to be a militant asshole to I need to figure out myself to help my people.
Pretty much. That's it. It is both Jakar and Londa are changing. They are becoming different than when we first met them. And things are really starting to get serious from this point on for the both of them. They are starting to realize their new places within their societies and with their people. You know, with Londo, it's the realization that there are a lot of people around him that, really don't have his best interest at heart. And he can't trust a lot of the people around him.
You
Well, he
mean
even
all
says
the
that.
new friends he never knew he had before?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
also with Jakar, it's kind of the same thing.
But then he
for
kind of knows
different
his
reasons.
future too. He kind of knows his future, and he's trying to do everything he can to avoid it. But he doesn't know who to trust
Mhm.
and where it's going to take him.
Yeah.
Gesture Saying quickly says, Jakar shows his badass side in this episode. I love how much we get to know him over the show. I can agree with that. And I don't know where Brett's going with this one, but Asians have a moon or long face, as a long face is perceived as more beautiful. I can see how you would think it's feminine, but it's far from that in their culture.
Oh, he's referring back to
I
Monkey's
think
comment about
animation
illustrations becoming.
Okay.
I can definitely see where the aughts were late 90s and aughts came off that way, but you get farther down the road. Bleach is good.
I also mentally have in my mind, I'm like, all right, what are you trying to do? You're trying to create a show that a lot of young kids, maybe a lot of young boys or young men are watching. It's like, to be fair, if you're not a fully adult man, your body may not look quite like a full adult man. Just saying. I'm not a biologist.
I knew little kids with mustaches when I was in elementary school.
I had friends like that too.
Where'd you go
I
to
think you
school?
might have been one of
Poland?
them. No, it was in
So
LA.
I can say that.
Back to episode 11. You know we're at 12. Yeah, that's it. Honestly, this episode was weird and funny at the same time. Where do you want to go first, and who wants to take the floor?
You know what? Let me go ahead and start.
Right.
You know, the attack by the Centauri on the Narn colony is a good way to start. This is another episode that begins with the Narns, and as the war between the Centauri and the Narn start to heat up, I mean, we're playing everything out within this particular season. This may be the last quote unquote simple thing before everything really starts coming apart in within this story. Ironically, both the Narns and the Centauri are kind of like Jakar and Londo are going to go through a lot of changes from here on out to the end of the show. So, but for this particular story, where we start out with the attack and with Jakar talking to Sheridan and the command staff, and also going to Delenn to basically ask for help.
Because he's at the point now where he has as much as he can for his people, but at the same time, they are limited because the Centauri and Narn are at full war. It's no longer about driving them off the planet. It wasn't really war. It was more like attrition, as he says. But we've reached the point now where you are at war. Other races can't get involved because it might bring other planets involved and subjects to attack. And hello, DD Myers. I see you in there. Thank you for being a member as well. I see you there. Stopping by to give a thumbs up. Wife's still in the hospital. Wanting to show some support. Keep up a great job. I hope she gets better, and I hope she's doing well, man.
Yeah.
And you've been taking care of her a long time, and just keep it up, man. You're always welcome here, no matter what happens. Yeah, this episode is like a lot not dark on the aspect of just like dark in general, but it's emotionally dark because it shows the friction and the limitations of what you can do during war, especially when other people don't want to get involved.
And also the pressure that both Sheridan and his people are under, and ironically at the same time that Delenn is under, that Jakar is under, and even Londo himself. I mean, everybody is facing pressure. Situationally, the pressure is more intense for some than for others.
Yeah, it's not an easy road. I know a lot of us can't experience it, but Jakar delivers it well, and Londo delivers it well at the same time. By the way, his cowardice is showing. He can't look Jakar in the eye. That's pretty much why he doesn't show up. He gives a politician's statement, yet he put himself in this boat, and the boat he's starting to realize is slowly sinking. There's no one there to help pour out the water but himself, and he's kind of scrambling. You don't see it at full course, but you're starting to see the scrambling of, you're going to like a concert, you're surrounded people, but none of them are friends. It's like that.
Well, he made a decision, because I mean, he had kind of been within his greater faction. They had the ideas and everything, and it's like, all right, are you going to initiate? Are you going to reach out to your friends that might be a little mysterious to other folks and make this happen? Because otherwise, it's like, how the heck did all the Centauri cruisers do it? He made a decision. He committed to it. At this point, he's basically committed to try to go back. It's like, you started war, man. You started war. Like, this is you made the choice. You were asked to think about it.
This is not a simple thing. This isn't like Star Trek Discovery, where someone can start a war and then, not feel any connection to what they've done and be the bestest ever at the exact same time. And
well, it's supposed to be in neutral territory, and you got folks from different folks like bad mouthing each other at the bars, throwing bottles and stuff. That stuff totally happens. There totally breaks out into fights and everything.
I forgot one thing. I just wanted to say I love all of your guys' hair right now. All of your guys' hair is fantastic. And I'm going to cry about it later, as long as Kurtzman doesn't copyright strike me for mocking his fucking series right now. Sorry.
I'm confused.
Went over my head.
There's literally points where you see all it is nothing but crying and complimenting their hair in Discovery.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. That was bad.
I mean, like,
kind of like
some
one
of them might have nice hair. But
I thought one of the captains was bald.
That's generation.
Oh no, I apologize. I mean, he's aerodynamic.
Space, the final frontier. Eventually, memes will catch up with the rest of the series.
Oh, doesn't he become like a robot or something?
He becomes a depressing point of lore we don't talk about or acknowledge.
Can you still have sex as a robot?
Yeah, you can. It's like a toaster. Just fuck it like Lando.
Does that put you in the category of sex bot?
Nerd stuff. There's my Futurama. How did we go from Babylon 5 to Star Trek to Next Generation to Babylon 5? How does it to back to sorry?
it's on Wikipedia. So naturally, they're connected.
Oh yeah. So eventually we're going to see Fry's Planet Express fly by Babylon 5 one day. Londo also felt like he had no choice because he already committed. That is true. Only a few episodes back, Veer tried to get him to see reason when the Emperor wanted peace, but Londo and Rifa made other plans. That's exactly right. But I still, at the sub game, I think Londo is still also playing his own game. He just hates everyone coming him asking for favors and offering him spoils of war or a little this and that are like legal tendencies to play on his weak side, if you so to say.
You mean how dare he be a Centauri?
Or how dare you? Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, for my limited exposure to at least the Centauri and how the people function, it's like, what can you do for me? How are you doing, my friend? And no, even during this episode, it's just like his interaction with Mr. Garibaldi. It's like, will you be back? It's like, no, he totally got stood up. He was waiting for somebody. It's like, you might. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like you might have more power and everything, but do you really have any friends? Now, the reason why Garibaldi didn't really show up, I mean, it's...
But and then you just... It gave the same emotional retrospect at the end because he felt like Londo was let down. When Garibaldi didn't show up, he finally realized the absolute of his loneliness and his choices.
That's the thing. And then even you just see like just how cold and calculated it's like, even Londo, it's like, yes, this man has no family, nobody will care that he's gone. He was kind of a thorn to my side. It's like, whoa, dude is dead. It's like, yeah, he kind of started this. It's like, yeah, but it's like, to him, it's like, all right, now I also have some leverage here. I'm also doing a favor for these people and everything. So it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I can say that Londo and Jakar are probably my two most favorite characters out of all of them because they have them. It's like looking at, don't get triggered about the He-Man shit. The same way I find Cringer and Orko, I hate the voice actor, or dislike, have the most humanity and emotional aspects in them. They have I think the biggest arc, the biggest falls and the biggest rises, and it's not like just like up, 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 down like a roller coaster. It's like little bumps, like you're going through a country road, and you don't get that lately with this type of television that we have in mainstream today. And I think that's why Babylon 5 has that type of niche when it comes to character interactions. You're able to relate with not just one, but many. It doesn't mean you have to like them all, but you can see a part of yourself in each one.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing's ever easy for any of the characters in any of the races at this point in time. I mean, you know, a lot of other TV shows will try to show at least one race or person going through difficulty, but in actuality, everybody's got problems. So nothing's really perfect for anyone. It's just that war has come, but the real war is coming, and decisions have to be made. Alliances will be made, and lives will be changed.
How dare these characters have depth to them?
Yeah.
Keeps making our prediction of the future of the show and the future of our future.
Yeah. Wokel says Londo despised the other Centauri, using him like the Godfather when he finally gained some respect and power. But that wasn't. I'm going to contradict a little bit. I don't think it was respect. It was power. They could do something for him, and they tried to offer them something back. This was not like respect. This was give and take, or sway by
earmarks.
What's that word? Yeah,
that's what it is they're doing. They're earmarking everything.
I'd still say I'd say the Vorlons still have it easy at this point in the show. Well, yeah.
No.
Sits there 90% of the time with his little eye hole open, going, "You were here before," and then disappears.
No. I think the Vorlon gave some of the greatest advice to the Emperor shortly before he died. It's like, how will it all end? In fire.
Yeah,
he was right.
But God, I can't wait till we get more into this, because we start seeing different types of Vorlons. Oh God. But okay, we've all talked about the worship. Anyone have any favorite parts? And let's start with Keith, then Kate, then Memes, then Monkey. I'll go last.
Okay, favorite part. Okay. For me, my favorite part was Ivanova's missing underwear. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's
was it, or was it the slip? I mean, it's 90s, so
no,
it's probably the slip and the robe set.
So do I, Dale. So do
I. You know what? It for me, it is watching G'Kar evolve in this episode further. Realizing the powerful balance, the line he has to walk in order to get things done, and then the realization that you could do all these incredible things and still, at the end of the day, no matter how important they are, that sometimes the universe just won't give you what you want, at least not when you want it. And yeah, it's G'Kar in this particular episode, realizing that he's just not going to get everything he wants.
He realized he's an ambassador in title, not in actual, not power, but the sway of getting the help he needs. And he doesn't want just like humanitarian or non-humanitarian help at this point.
Yeah.
He wants his people protected. He's tired of the death. He's tired of always going to the same office, to the same group of races, and they can only do so much. But the so much that is given is not what he wants, and it's heartbreaking, because he feels like he's not only failing himself, he's failing the cavalry.
Cavalry.
Yeah, but it's also understanding that even the people underneath him don't even see what he's doing.
No,
you know, this is really what sucks. Yeah. You know, he's in the middle. Literally,
that's what's called to have like an honor code.
Yeah,
that's the Klingon.
It can really stink.
But yeah, that's good parts. What about you, Kate? What was your favorite? Do you have any good parts about this show besides the slip or the panties? I'm just reiterating.
What? Yeah. No, I think Ivanova kind of steals the episode.
Yeah, she does. What about you?
And
man?
like I said, I suppose my favorite part is the prop at the end, just because it's like I've made props, not professionally, obviously, but I've done that, and it can be funny.
I gotta go with the Ivanova human sex scene. It was just. I'm not gonna lie. When they first got there, I thought she was literally just gonna like beat the crap out of him. I'm like, oh my god, is this what? It's like I don't know, because you're taking a particular segment. This is why consent matters. Because some folks, they really happen to like that. Somebody doesn't know about that. Again, that's why I say consent matters. But it's
that and a keyword, So.
Domestic abuse.
Well, I was thinking blueberry pancakes, but
I mean, I like waffles.
There you go.
I prefer French toast, though. The syrup is sticky.
With or without orange juice in the mix.
A helpful safe word will help every single time. So,
and with that,
I like pineapple.
on pizza. We have Subhuman in the chat. Hey, how you doing? And he's literally going to French toast right away. Memes, looks like you got his digits. That one.
Hey, who don't like some French toast? I used to know how to make them. By making it, I actually had the ingredients.
I mean, bread and eggs in a frying pan. Really? You stick the bread in the milk with the eggs?
Yeah, okay.
No. Oh, I do it lazy then.
No,
My Spanish teacher.
You didn't say milk the first time, so I'm sorry.
My Spanish teacher in middle school said he would teach us how to boil water. Never did.
Oh. I can't say
memes.
boil.
Yes.
That was your favorite part. I see.
I mean, that's the part that just comes to mind right now. I overall, probably Londo's realizing how much it sucks to actually have power and actually have more responsibility. It's like, oh crap, I could just get drunk here and do pretty well for myself. Now I'm actually responsible for people dying.
That's a nice balance there, Londo, because it sucks having power, and Jakar realizing he really didn't have as much as he thought.
Zach says maybe JMS was trying to warn us about creepy hairy dude with this episode. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say the name. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's a.
I'm not gonna make a comment now. You're welcome.
Thanks for showing up almost on time. Oh, you're welcome.
I'm technically allowed to make it because I'm half Semitic. I still won't say it.
Dick.
I'll probably say it on my channel.
When you're promoting your channel, it's like, I'll probably say it on my channel. Tune in later.
Oh, that's a great way to shell. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tune in for my spicy takes.
Yeah. The spicy of a destruction. And what about you, Jeebus? Do you have any good parts about this thing you loved?
Well, I like the I like the visitors, like because Paul Williams, he was like on the Muppets.
Yeah.
And then I like the whole part where like they decided to join. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
where they decided to join by the poor treatment of the I guess the lesser
I
guess like
crackheads down below.
The folks low.
Yeah, come on down to lower decks. I'll show you my crackheads. We can sign them door papers afterwards. Ding dang dong.
He's like I'm gonna bring this policy back to my people.
Yeah. Let the crackheads live. I will embrace the new society. Whoever else smells burnt plastic? What's going on here, Jim?
No, it went from we do nothing to here, just move over here, and just like, wow, you're taking the worst parts of the system. Wow.
But then you had to question, like, how bad is their society? What do they do to them now?
Nothing.
They're very, very in love with pudding pops.
I like pudding pops. They're crunchy on the outside when you first take them off, and then you get to the nice.
That joke just went right over your head, didn't it, memes?
I like
that. They were basically.
They're fused in like my childhood memory, dude. Oh, that and Flintstones ice cream. I swear, sometimes it would be kind of old, and you have like the push pops, and then at the end, it'd be really good.
Here, dude.
Oh my god. I can't even shake my head now because my head hurts.
The whole race was like a race of sociopaths. They just wanted to make use of people or their people the best they could, I guess, and they didn't care.
well, they also didn't lie about it.
Tickle Truck nails it. Why didn't we think of inventing crackheads? Oh my god. Sorry, Keith. For me, I actually kind of like the whole episode. Ivanova did have her moments, but it was just everything. Everything just seemed to flow perfectly. And like I said, ups and downs. But this whole episode was like ups and downs, but it was on a level that one time it would be humor, the other time it would be an emotional, make you think, then back to humor. And the way they did Ivanova, then Jakar, they kept going back and forth. And even you had Londo at that point. Like, oh man, Londo is just like, I know what's going to happen, but if you're a first-time viewer, you're like, dude, you fucked up, deal with it. But at the same time, you kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah. Yes, you do feel bad for him.
Yeah.
And that's the mark of the balance of good writing and great actors, you know. So, again, this is that kind of show. Welcome to the 90s, kids.
It's like, we have a plan. We must execute the plan. Fuck. I hate the plan. I hate the plan. I have to deal with all this BS now. Oh, look, everybody's my friend. Oh, I got rid of my other wives that didn't actually... Blah, 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 blah. Well, you've seen the character development, everything. It is an interesting dynamic. A lot of time it's like, all right, is this character all good, all evil? It's like, no, they're acting in their own self-interest. They have a whole number of different things. Some characters have a bit more of an honor base. Some characters, again, they're politically savvy. They're trying to maneuver themselves. They're doing what they believe is going to be in their interest to move to power. And unfortunately, when people make choices like that, people's lives are affected.
Yeah. I see. What do you want? Never ask that. Well, that Vorlons ask it all the time, don't they? No, who are you? And what do you want is the shadow. Who are you are the Vorlons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're starting getting close to that. But these episodes were. Do you think these episodes were better than last week's?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they were more interesting.
I remember them better. I literally watched before doing this because I have the attention span of a squirrel. And not by choice. Shut up. It's not by choice. It's not fun.
I like squirrels.
Okay, this is cool. It was my high school mascot.
Was it?
But yeah, it really was.
Did they try throwing nuts at it ever?
Finish.
Well, we never had sports. Hacky sack isn't a sport. Get stoned isn't a sport. Anyway, but I remember him better this time, so better episodes.
You can punch Tickle Trunk later. I'm just highlighting it.
I mean, this had battles, wars, and sex, so I mean, how can you say no?
If that is sex, that's like English sex. You touched my elbow. I'm pregnant.
I mean, I found it attractive.
The elbow's part of
I
it.
like dancing. You do like the safety dance like that. It's like, we can dance if you want to.
You can rub your elbows from behind.
No,
if you get pregnant,
you can rub anything you want behind closed doors to consenting adults.
Mr. Tickle Trunk says, please refrain from throwing nuts at Kate. At the Kate? What?
Oh, I didn't know you were allergic.
No, I'm not allergic.
Oh.
Can we use
I have no food allergies, generally speaking. Except for maybe nettle. But that's fine.
Shane Nolan says, I know a stand-up comic who does a great bit about hating squirrels. Where are we going with this? No, he's British.
I think there may have been a dude in Florida. Basically, he had a trained attack squirrel. He fed it. I'm not sure it was trained that well, but do not feed your squirrels meth. I am not a veterinarian.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening right now?
Oh man,
Keith, this is why I love Batman 5 Talk. I love
but
it.
the best part, really, of the whole arc and story is that ultimately Jakar and Londo are dealing with significant feelings of abandonment, and they're at different spectrums. Like one's losing all the power and being abandoned, one's gaining all the power and being abandoned. So you have this very fascinating mirror of one another, and yeah, Babylon 5.
Yeah.
Now that really breaks it down, Kate. That's it.
That nailed it. I don't know. That's how you actually present a story. You can actually demonstrate a potential lesson, if you would, and do it in a way that's actually kind of entertaining, and you could take something away and continue to watch the story.
CBS needs to hire JMS. That's all I gotta say. He should be running Star Trek right now.
We're still waiting on HBO Max to have the movies.
Wasn't he like pitching out to Doctor Who?
Well, he actually did write a pitch for a Star Trek series years ago, and they completely ignored it. So
that's why he did Babylon 5, huh?
No. I mean, since then. Way back about this would have been about 2005, because he talked about it in his blog. You know, he had a really cool idea for a Star Trek series and approached Paramount about it, and they didn't want to do it. You know, so he tried to help.
Wasn't that around when J.J. Abrams was going to start his reboot?
J.J. Abrams, I think, came into the picture about 2006, and then that also brought in the Kurtzman, and or in this case the Kurtzman, and led us to basically where we are right now, which is pretty much nowhere and up the creek without a paddle.
Do you mean hell? We're in hell. Captain Picard is a fucking toaster.
Yeah.
Discovery is fighting like Klingon turtle shell fuckheads.
Yeah.
And Kurtzman's still getting pegged like his wife.
Well, he got a 5-year extension for basically doing jack all nothing.
I like the 2006 Star Trek. I watched it with my dad. It was a fun movie. And wait a second, isn't technically the former governor in some of his roles technically? Couldn't you say he was part toaster? The Brave Little Toaster was an awesome movie. The little
they're
toaster that
talking
could.
Edge about how like Paramount might just be looking to sell.
I feel slightly aroused and creeped out.
Yeah, but it's not so much about Paramount being, you know, it's really Viacom. I don't know if they'd be willing to sell at this point, although if they're keeping Kurtzman for another 5 years, anything's possible at this point. Because why would you? I can't think of how he's made them any money.
His name is Abrams.
Well, think about it this way. They must be listening to his wife, because his wife has kept him around for 5 years or more. So hey,
but I bump. I just
Toastinator.
I fucking hell.
But that's funny. Toastinator.
Oh, is there a new best part of waking up?
Toastinator.
The toaster plugged in.
Let's just rephrase this. We're in the point of society and television. I'm using television and society loosely together, where the only thing we're getting out of creation is a goddamn fucking rock.
We've had Geodudes before.
Not in lingerie and a jackhammer and a chisel.
That's all you though, and it's
I know I had to.
I mean, you could say that's hardcore.
It is. It's this thing. This is like more
it's very firm idea.
Oh my god! I gotta stop with this fucking quartz talk. It's not sexual no more.
Hey, it's very strong sediment.
Listen here, don't get granite, okay? I'm tired of your granite.
Oh,
watch out for your cracks.
Oh,
but it's just like, well, this is the chapter park. I'm gonna mark this later, but it's like we're not gonna.
What do you do with that chisel?
We're gonna put it near your leg hair and see who wins.
Oh, I don't recommend that. It peels.
The chisel peels or you peel?
Oh, well, it depends on what form I'm in. There, you can do it now.
God, what the fuck is happening?
Sponsorship.
I need sponsorship?
No, I'm telling memes to just get a Manscaped sponsorship.
Nair, the only thing it won't eat.
My buddy got a beard thing. He has a nice beard.
Anyway, acts of sacrifice. Overall, what did everybody think? I mean, how would you rate this particular episode?
I would rate it about 8 out of 10 squirrels. Oh, come on!
Stuck with that now. I have T-shirts. Do you want one?
Yes.
I'll take free stuff.
But they don't eat my nuts when I sleep, do they?
It probably won't fit you though, so that's the only downside.
Wouldn't be the first time.
How about you, Kate? What did you think? How would you rate this?
Probably 8, 9-ish. Probably. It's not my most favorite. I know which one's my most favorite, but not the title. But yeah, it's up there. It's a good one.
Okay.
Like top 10 for sure.
Jeebus?
Maybe 7. It was better than the last two because like the last two there was just like way too much death.
Mm-hmm.
And it, well, the one before it wasn't so much, but like it was like this was like I guess the funniest episode in a while.
Okay. Okay. And memes.
8.23.
Cool.
Squirrels.
Pretty exact there.
I see you there, Parrothead. He likes dancing squirrels. I apologize. I assume gender. Oh.
Wow.
What a nice-looking droid. Oh, it has eyelashes. They were nicely done.
We're not sponsored by WD-40, in case anyone's wondering.
How about Astrolube?
I'm so happy my avatar's far away from you. Hold on. I'm so happy my avatar's far away from you.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could use Crisco. Oh, do you get sponsorship from them? I think they sell it in like large barrels.
Do it.
Welcome to Babylon 5, Crisco.
No. Somehow I tend to think if we actually develop warp drives at some point, there's going to be some form of like superconducting lubrication, and I feel like you could make a lot of sexual puns if we can hurdle ourselves through space and time at extraordinarily accelerated rates.
Are you implying you can't do that already? Like make the puns? You can make the puns all you want.
Well, I mean, any vessel we make, we want to have proper lubrication.
And before we get back into lubrication, Monkey Jeebus, how do you rate this episode?
I think I already asked him. So
I'm just trying to dissuade the whole loop talk. I'm just I'm resetting.
Oh, you're rehashing.
Oh, yeah. he successfully made Steven.
He tried to rewind time.
You're gonna leave me hanging.
Hey, I'm gonna TVA. I'm gonna TVA right without Loki.
Wait a second. If Loki hates Nick Cage, does that mean there's a pig Loki? We should make a pig Loki. Nicolas Cage can fight Loki for the pig.
Be a picky?
Loki Cam?
Dude, we could do like a celebrity death match. Isn't there like a thing again?
Oh my god.
It should be.
Pig Loki.
We could meme it into existence. Wait, they're not the same person, are they?
True, it can be memed into existence. That is the most beautiful thing about today's world.
It depends on how that Loki got into that position.
All right, hold on. Master Griff. Don't steal content without it. This show is sponsored by Master Griff. Memes still work here. Fucking hell.
Dude, all I know is I would totally pay to watch Loki and frickin' Nicolas Cage fight over a pig. Just whether it's an actual like boxing match, whether it's a frickin' just animated short, whatever the heck they do. I think that would be hilarious. HBO Max should totally look into that.
But like, which Nicolas Cage? Because if it's like Marvel's Loki, should it be Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage?
I don't know. Nicolas Cage might have all those abilities. Because remember, at the end of The Simpsons, during the Xena episode, all of a sudden she started flying away. It's like, Xena doesn't fly. It's like, I'm not Cena. I'm Lucy Wallace.
I would like to state quickly while I put random pictures in front of everyone's face on purpose just for humoristic value. Smash that like. And thank you for everyone who's still sticking around, pondering their existence, but enjoying their time here. Keith, what did you rate this episode? I don't know if I heard that part because I'm still living in the past.
I give it an 8.5.
And what do we give 11? You know, episode 11, the one before this?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. I'll go first then. I give that episode an 8.
Yeah. What about you, Kate?
Probably a 7.
Okay. Memes, because you look anticipation right there.
What was the episode about again?
About an hour.
What up?
I thought it was like 40. 43.
That's
it was over
episode.
Sheridan got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The
squirrel.
Oh, yeah. No, that was good. We'll do that like a 8.4.
Okay. What about you, Jeebus?
I'll give it an 8 just because of their of Ramirez's terrorism.
Okay. I'll give it about 7.5. It had its moments. That's only because it would give it an 8, but that's because I've seen it before and I'm seeing more underlying factors. So a 7.5 if you're a new viewer, 8 if you're an older viewer.
It's kind of like Enemy Mine in a little bit.
Somewhat. Except they're not stranded on the planet.
Yeah.
And the alien's not pregnant.
Yeah,
that comes next episode.
Lou Gossett.
Oh, wow.
This has
how
been
many babies are delivered on Babylon 5? There's got to be something on the Wikipedia about that. Wonder what the population growth is.
I have no idea. That's something I've never even thought about.
That even caught me off guard. I have
It's a
not
good question.
Do they have strip clubs on Babylon 5?
Dude, all I
they do,
know
pretty
is
much. You never
the way
noticed that? They totally do.
dude, when Sheridan and
Centauri's know how to
Delenn were out
believe.
at dinner, dude, all I know is I'm like, so if there's a soul thingy going on, what happens if I'm embarring, consenting adults, bada boom, bada bing? I don't know what happens. Is that how we get elves?
Dr. Franklin.
I think that's how we get elves.
Go ahead, Kate. Talking about Dr. Franklin.
I'm pretty sure Dr. Franklin is not that kind of doctor, and but the lady he ends up bickering with later on, maybe she's that kind of doctor. So we'll have to ask her sometime.
Well,
Is
you're
Dr.
not a
Franklin
specialist.
gynecologist for all races. I'm wondering.
Well, he's
unreported births too.
He's like an ER doctor, basically, and that is totally. I mean, he should be able to do that, but not necessarily.
I'm just trying to picture that role asking the someone to cough and not knowing where to put the hands every time it's a new race. It's like, oh shit, where do I tell them to cough and cup? Where does it go?
Well, if you're checking a Centauri for a pulse on the wrist, that's probably not going to do you much good.
Does the carpet match the drapes when it comes to Centauri? That was one thing I wondered. Does the hair grow the same fucking way? Like
no.
That's deliberately styled, though, isn't it? I thought that was the thing because they're mimicking their god. You never noticed that? They're mimicking their god, which is actually Slavic stuff. So, Shazinski Slavic stuff.
Parrothead brings in a weird poll. Who got laid more, Susan Ivanova or Garibaldi? Baldy. I don't know why I said Baldy.
Oh, yeah. I'd say Garibaldi. Only because Susan doesn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't.
No. When he does give a fuck, he doesn't give a fuck, and maybe he doesn't give a fuck. I apologize for 3 F-bombs.
Supposedly Colin Smith says, not sure if they have carpet. 6.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the real question. Like, yeah. Layers of clothing for a reason.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Centauri wear lots of layers of clothing.
Oh, see, for a minute there, I was picturizing like the Mumbari in my head. I'm like, so what if it was bone-like? Like, isn't that what like whale, like baleen and stuff is? Kind of like bone-like or something there. Like, kind of like a filament or something used for filtration. Well, I don't know. Cool mustache would be fun.
We here at Fat Stevens Crisco Corps are not associated with the weird fucking shit being talked about. Right?
Hey,
Damn, it's
you
funny.
invited this furry on here.
You've never
thought the
seen,
hair was
okay,
like a bone?
Okay, you've never seen 50 First Dates? Like, that's part... Okay, never mind. I'm alone. It's okay. I'm used to it.
No, it was a great
Drew
movie.
Barrymore, Adam Sandler. Yeah,
Wait, is
his trainer?
They get married and are in Alaska at the end. I apologize.
Wait,
Spoiler.
which is the one with Adam Sandler where he was making fun of the guy with the soul patch and he uses his finger and his chin is going, "Hey, remember me? I always like talking around when the wind's blowing." He's making fun of the soul patch and the wind chin hair. All right, I'm the only one here who knows about this one. All right. It was one with, I think, with what was her name? Jennifer Aniston, I think.
I didn't watch it.
I think that was Fred's.
Mr. Gulby was the biggest cat on B5. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god. So, do we have anything else to add? Because we've had another great time here, and I don't want anyone else to.
Wait a second. Is that Keith or Sutherland?
What?
Garibaldi.
No, that was Bruce Willis Light.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh.
he's
Sometimes I confuse them.
He's like a dad.
The
bod
yippee-ki-yay kind of threw me off, and I'm like, oh, 24. That was a great show.
Mr. Trickerson says, let's go with it. Yeah, that's 24. The clock tick. I'm going to use that as an intro next time. I'm going to have the original intro, but I'm going to have the clock sound from 24 while we're going into Babylon 5. And just memes will sit there going, what kind of fucking Inception is this shit?
I might show up one time.
Oh, fuck you. You don't have to look at the clock. I don't even think you have the clock on your phone. I think it's just like you white it out the one corner on your phone.
No, it's dark.
Can you not have a... Well, I guess maybe you can. That's a great question. Can you not have a clock on a phone? I don't know.
Can you delete your clock?
Helen Keller. I don't know what that means, but yes, Helen Keller, yes. Keith, how many times have you shaken your head so far this episode? Because I can hear the rug burn from here.
You know what? I'm surprised it just hasn't rolled right off my shoulders.
Well, that's why Gorilla Glue is so fantastic.
Keith's like, I'm too old for this.
No,
I don't think he's
you're
too old
not.
at all.
I'm just fucking.
When he starts streaming from Miami Airport, then he's reached that tier.
I did that from Hollywood International.
Explains a lot.
They stopped me at the exact same TSA spot. It's like, sir, there's an abnormality. Where is it? Well, I'm going to stop talking.
Oh my god! If anyone else, and before that, if anyone else has the chat they want to bring up before we start closing out with everyone being here, it's been another fun time of wondering why I'm not in therapy.
This is why you come here.
Yeah, exactly. I love talking to people. I love joking around with people, and yeah, this is
nerd stuff.
Great. Nerd stuff, indeed.
Yeah. This is where you should be if you want to really get into some really cool nerd stuff. So
and sex toys.
You sell sex toys?
No, but they bought that alien ambassador did. Yeah,
it's actually quite profitable. My buddies did.
All right,
alien ambassador penny raider, basically.
Yeah. So before we do start closing out and getting everything wrapped up with little jokes and little lines here and there, next week will be episode 13 and 14. We're getting closer and closer to spoiler territory. We can start having a lot of fucking fun.
Oh, yeah.
And 13, 14, mark that in your calendar. We'll be back here next week. I'm going to say this now, Zax, you're welcome to come on next week because I know you are a first-time watcher, and I would also like to get a different perspective. I would like to thank Keith from Pop Culture Minefield, Monkey Jeebus from Twitter, Memes of Destruction from somewhere where there's an actual clock, Kate Rowan Ginger Raven from Twitter, and everywhere else that I've seen her. And I would like to thank myself for not drinking all my beer during this episode. And with that, thank you, chat. Thank you, members. Thank you, new subscribers. Thank you, people lurking in the background. And with that, I say, where the fuck is my outro?
I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's gone.
You're so popular.
And I said, ooh, I'm flying to paradise. No, I can't sleep until I feel
That sounded
your
wet.
touch. I said,
You're ruining the song, man. I'm trying to groove here with my glow sticks.
when I'm like this, you're the one
I
that
apologize.
I'll lick your tongue later. Everyone have a great night. Go find a stream you love. And remember, there's always more B5 next week. Thank you for coming. We love all y'all. But we're never putting out.
Doesn't mean we have to go to Pornhub.
Means we'll be fired next week.